From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
Good Friday morning. It's 6 o'clock. Welcome to Montana This Morning. I'm Victoria Hill. Thank you so much for starting your day with us.
And I'm Ed McIntosh. We're going to talk wind a lot as we start getting into the weekend, but not so much this morning. In fact, here in Billings, we have just a breeze at 13 miles an hour, and well, that's strong enough to knock the wind chill value down about 9 degrees. We're at 34 at the airport with that feels like temperature of 25. We have readings into the teens, the chilliest by far right now in Williston, North Dakota at 12 degrees, only 16 around Glasgow, but otherwise we've got 20s and 30s across Montana and northern Wyoming. See those little white areas where we have at least a few showers around, although they're already starting to give it up a little bit, and we won't see much in the afternoon. Things clear out. Stronger winds where we have some of those colder temperatures from Glendive up towards Williston this morning as well. A little brisk around Jordan at 15 miles per hour. 18 mile per hour winds in Livingston, but those will really increase as we start getting into the weekend, especially by tonight. Some of the winds on I-90 around Livingston and Nye could hit up to around 60 miles an hour, and also looking at widespread strong winds across areas of north central Montana as well. So for our area, we'll look for temperatures to start off in the 20s and 30s. We'll warm up by the time we get later into the afternoon to the 30s to about 40 degrees in the Billings area with some afternoon sunshine and a light wind. And today we're talking about Ugly Christmas Sweater Day.
And I think you are the owner of my favorite ugly Christmas sweater. That's because you and Rob Griggs doubled up, tag team the sweater. It's a double-headed ugly Christmas sweater. You, the happy little elf, and Rob, what was that? Santa, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little Santa Claus.
All right. Well, I
held on to it as a memento.
I don't mean to cut our ugly Christmas sweater short, but we have some major news happening right now in Washington, D.C. Vice President Mike Pence, along with Second Lady Karen Pence and the Surgeon General Jerome Adams, are about to get their COVID-19 vaccine. So they're just getting their sleeves rolled up and all ready to go. Of course, Vice President Mike Pence is head of the White House Coronavirus Task Force, and the Trump administration wanted this event to be televised because they just want to build public confidence and trust in the vaccine, that it's safe and effective. And so we'll be seeing some of these vaccinations roll out here. And as far as I know, President-elect Joe Biden will be getting his sometime next week, and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris sometime next week as well. No date nailed down for that. And President Trump will get his vaccine once the White House medical team say that it is safe and good to go. So, and I also got word that Pelosi and McConnell will be getting their vaccination, and it'll be televised as well. So there you go. Hopefully none of them are afraid of shots, Ed.
Yeah, I was going to say that's what they had to do, is just do me getting the shot, like doing the head turn away, and then be
the toddler reaction of no.
Just thank goodness that we're starting to have that as an option now.
Yeah,
that, that the vaccine's getting out, and people more and more are going to start to see it.
Oh yeah. It's been a rough roller coaster of a year, and so this is our first glimpse of hope. So there we have it. Now it's Vice President Pence's turn to get his vaccination as well. There you have it. All right, Ed, well, excited to bring that big moment to our viewers this morning. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and get on to the rest of this morning's news.
Isn't that kind of cool, though? That guy got picked to give the Vice President of the United States his vaccine. So
I wonder if he's nervous. Don't mess up. Don't mess up.
Right.
All right. Thank you so much, Ed. I'll get to news.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Well, we kick off this Friday with the latest on the pandemic. The FDA is on its way to approve the nation's second COVID-19 vaccine. The agency will review a vote by an outside advisory committee on Moderna's vaccine. The panel approved it yesterday. The head of the FDA says the agency will move quickly to grant the vaccine emergency use authorization. It could happen by the end of the day. Once they make the call, Moderna will begin shipping millions of doses across the country. With more vaccines set to be in circulation as soon as next week, many are wondering who will be vaccinated next after healthcare workers and nursing home residents. The CDC is dedicating this weekend to sorting out their recommendation. The emergency meeting will include a federal panel of vaccination experts. Some panelists say they're leaning toward putting essential workers next since they have higher infection rates. Others say older adults not living in nursing homes should be next, along with people who have certain medical conditions. Either way, states ultimately will get to make their own decision. And unless some serious progress can be made today, it's looking like Congress will have to meet for an emergency session this weekend. It would be needed to avoid a government shutdown and to approve a COVID-19 relief deal. Americans have been waiting on the $900 billion package for quite some time now. It would provide help to small businesses, $300 weekly unemployment checks, and $600 stimulus payments to most people. Lawmakers are hopeful they can reach a compromise, including Montana Senator Jon Tester, who seems to like the proposed deal.
I think that this is a good package. There's going to be money for hospitals, which is really important. There's going to be money for schools. With distance learning and in-person learning, there's additional costs there. There's going to be help for businesses that have been really hit by this pandemic. I think it's good to have that targeted. There's going to be help for working families with unemployment extensions. Now, I haven't seen the language to make sure all those things are in there, but that's what I've been told is in there.
And Tester doesn't like that there isn't much help for local governments. He says that could translate to higher property taxes down the road as cities and counties try to make up their shortfalls. And new this morning, we go to Rosebud County, where at least one person is killed in a fatal crash on Highway 12 northwest of Forsyth. The accident happened just before 1 o'clock this morning. So far, any other information like how the crash happened or how many people were involved has yet to be released. Here in Billings, a surprise gift just in time for the holidays means local women and children will have a new place to go if they're victims of domestic violence. The YWCA of Billings was given $1 million from Mackenzie Scott, the former wife of Amazon founder Jeff Bezos. It's a lifeline for the organization, which will put the money toward a $3 million apartment complex to house those with nowhere to go. Scott donated over $4 billion to nearly 400 organizations across the country, and YWCA officials couldn't be more appreciative.
This is one of the most amazing things that's happened in my entire career, and it certainly is a precedent situation here at YWCA. We've never received a gift that large, and it was like it just dropped out of the heavens right when we needed it. We get up every day here so excited because we can make a difference.
The new building will go up on a piece of land next to the YWCA's Gateway Shelter and Gateway Apartments. Construction is set to start in the spring of 2021. Also making headlines this morning, the U.S. government is reeling from a major hacking campaign. Cybersecurity experts suspect Russian hackers broke into government agencies, private companies, and other entities. They say the full extent of the damage done by the hacks is unknown. U.S. Senator Dick Durbin said it's virtually a declaration of war by Russia, and we should take it seriously. President Trump has yet to comment on the hackings. President-elect Joe Biden makes another historic choice for his cabinet. Congresswoman Deb Haaland will become the first Native American cabinet secretary ever when she takes on the role of Interior Secretary. In 2018, she was one of the first Native American women to serve in Congress after she was elected to represent New Mexico's 1st congressional district. And before we take a break, we're exactly 1 week from Christmas Day, and for many, it's not Christmas without the Nutcracker. With the Alberta Bear Theatre currently closed, it can't host its annual Nutcracker performances, but the Billings School for Classical Ballet is stepping in. They'll be presenting virtual performances of the classic holiday show. Those are scheduled for tonight and Saturday night, as well as a Saturday and Sunday matinee. The dancers have been working hard and are itching to perform.
It's huge. Really huge. They didn't get to do recital. I'm getting teary-eyed. They didn't get to do recital. Children love to perform, and in a dancer's life, it's not really long, your opportunity to continue dancing. So the Nutcracker is a big deal to a lot of people.
Ticket prices range from $30 for a single live stream to $60 for a large family gathering. You can purchase them at scbbillings.com, and the link will be emailed to you after purchasing.